You guys, just part 2. Perdomo ESV 2002 Maduro. Robusto. 46 minutes in. This is where I'm at. Well, just about to begin the second, third. The ash fell, as you can see, but it held on for about 28 minutes, almost half an hour. A little over an inch, not like that. Yeah. A little bit, about 4 centimeters, a little over an inch. That's trivial. It means nothing. Doesn't relate to the quality in any way. It's still delicious. It started to give out more smoke, thicker smoke, more of it as it started to go towards the middle. The sweetness died down a bit. The black pepper's up. The spice is a bit more notable now. Yeah, the sweetness is almost gone. Cocoa's gone. It's pretty much this nice aged tobacco. It's still a little bit oily. Black pepper, bit of a spice. Still don't feel anything. You don't feel it tingling or anything like that. I left this for about 2.5 minutes. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, it was still fine. I haven't had to touch it at all. I've only put flame to it once at the beginning, and that's it. It's performing exactly how any good quality cigar should. Equal to all the rest of the best. You see the smoke is pretty thick. Gives a good amount. The draw is excellent still. Perfect draw. I don't want to say it's harsh, but there is some residue in the mouth. At first there wasn't any, but it's starting to build up. I still enjoy it a lot. It's still a very good cigar. It hasn't changed too much, aside from the sweetness dying off. So yeah, the first third for me was the best. I really like the cocoa and the subtle sweetness. Not that it's bad, it's just the first third was great for me. And if it hadn't changed, I probably would have liked it more. It's still really good though. I'll definitely be buying more of these and recommending them. If you don't hate pepper, if you just don't mind it, or if you like it even, I would give this a try. If you absolutely hate pepper, this isn't a pepper bomb. It's not pure pepper, but it's there, so probably stay away from it. Or at least, yeah, I would stay away from it if you really, really don't like pepper. If you like pepper, if you tolerate it, definitely give this a try. It's very elegant. How it looks, how it tastes. Very smooth. Very easy going. It's not a simple cigar. It's not overly complex either. But it's not just tobacco pepper. It has some more. It has some nuances in there. Again, it reminds me of the Ashton VSG. For some reason, less pepper, less strength. Been smoking it for about 50 minutes. No nicotine after effects. No lightheadedness. None of that. It's not very strong. It's on the milder side. A robust flavor. It is not too strong. It's not oppressive. It's not harsh. Bit of residue, bit of oil, but it's tolerable. This is good for like middle ground. If you're newer, you're smoking a lot of mild, and you want to bring up your game. This is probably middle ground before you start getting to really stronger, more robust, fuller bodied cigars. Yeah, it's not quite there yet. Say medium to full. This is a perfect medium cigar, I'd say. Some people would probably say it's medium to full. I'd say it's medium. It's a good middle ground. It's stepping stone from mild to medium. Very nice. Great cigar. It's performing perfectly. You guys can see the burn line. We're 52 minutes in. Gonna take off the band soon. Guys, if you don't know this already, a lot of people, because they don't know, or a lot of people who smoke just for the show, they smoke up to the band because they think that's where you're supposed to, finish it. No, you take the band off. Take it off and keep smoking. All the way up to about here. This is the latter part of the cigar is called the nub. You see this latter part, the last third. Usually you don't smoke that. A lot of people do. But in many cigars, the band, it's there for recognition, for you to know what it is. It's not there. It's never intended to be a finishing point for the cigar. Never. A history of bands. I'll give you guys a history lesson. 18th and 19th century, the nobility of Europe, stuff like that, they would smoke their cigars. They weren't banded. The cigars were not banded. And nobility, especially in England, they wore, the equestrian class, the nobility, would wear their white gloves, riding their horses. And some cigars would stain their gloves, so they asked to the cigar makers if they could make something to stop that, so developed a band to keep your white gloves clean for the nobility of England. They rode their horses and they had their white gloves and their suits, and to keep their white gloves clean, they needed bands. So that's what it's for. And a lot of them, like Perdomo, is one of the companies that they go above and beyond expectations, and they make beautiful, elaborate bands. See, their signature is the many tobacco leaves spread around the P of Perdomo. Very elegant, very nice. Another company that makes beautiful bands. You see, that's what I love. Look, when the band comes off, just like that, beautiful band, perfect, intact. That means it's not too tight, it's not too loose. You don't have to break the seal. Perfect amount of glue. Sometimes the glue runs off and it gets stuck to the wrapper, and that destroys the cigar sometimes. When you take it off, it takes chunks of the wrapper off. Perfect. When you take off the band and the cigar is left unscathed, that's a good sign. It means expert rollers, people who made it know what they're doing. So yeah, another company that would make beautiful bands, they go out of their way, would be Ashton. Very nice, elaborate bands as well. Lots of detail. They're engraved. I mean, not engraved. I guess we would say embossed. It sticks out, like beveled. I don't know if beveled is the right word, but it protrudes. You can feel it. Them, Ashton. The upper end, Arturo Fuente, the Opus X, of course, the Lost City, God of Fire makes nice bands. The Prometheus, I mean. But in the end, those are all Arturo Fuente cigars. Beautiful bands, especially the Opus X. I mean, it's beautiful. That's what draws you to it the minute you see it. Not just the name Opus X, but the band. I mean, it's all tied together in the theme. Beautiful original theme. Another company, let me think. My father has very beautiful bands as well. Flor de las Antillas, their newer cigar, beautiful band. And from their first cigar, from my father, #1, the Blue Label, the black one, the Le Bijou, all have very nice bands. And there's many other ones out there. But then again, the band has nothing to do with the quality. It's just an aesthetic feature, which if you like cigars, it's some people don't care about it, but it's something to appreciate, and I like them. Nearly an hour in. A few things have changed. We still have the pepper. Obviously, it's a nice cigar. I mean, throughout you get the perfect aged tobacco, the nice Maduro. You never forget you're smoking a Maduro, but it's not too. I don't know. It's not like it's not blatantly a Maduro. It's a Maduro, but it's not very. It's more of a subtle, milder, smooth Maduro. Very nice. The black peppers died down, the spices died down, the sweetness has been gone for a while now. It's still very nice, very smooth, very mellow. Still definitely medium body. Strength on the low end, if not non-existent. A few cigars that just killed me with the nicotine, with the strength, were I'll never forget. And not just this cigar in particular. Not only did I not enjoy the flavor too much, it was just, it had, for some reason, it was very oily, and when you put it to the lips, it got more cloy and clingy and wet and oily and sticky, and it left brown marks everywhere. Was the Alec Bradley Tempest Maduro. It just had a weird, sickly sweet, bitter. I don't know if it's how it was stored, or that was the only one I've had. But after that, and the nicotine strength, I mean, it kicked me on my butt. It just, for hours after, the whole day, I mean, just pounding headache, nausea, lightheadedness. It killed me. Made me feel like throwing up. Made me feel terrible. I'll never have another one again. The Prensado by Alec Bradley. Delicious cigar. I loved it. The flavor, everything. Beautiful cigar. But it had some strength too, to the nicotine, but not nearly as much as the Tempest. The Tempest Maduro, it killed me. The flavor itself I didn't enjoy too much either. But that Alec Bradley is another company that makes beautiful bands, and the Prensado is it's a staple. You should, I mean, if you want to add some prestige, some elegance, some class to your humidor, you should have at least one or two Prensados in there. And if you like the Tempest, that too. It's a great cigar. It's not for me. Strength is way too high. Another cigar that the strength is too high for me, but I enjoy it and I love it, and it's a shame because the strength is too much for me to bear. But delicious flavors, the Ashton VSG. It's a great cigar, but the strength is just a bit too much for me. I find that in sun-grown cigars, the strength is always up there, the nicotine. Starting to get a bit bitter, a bit harsh. Nothing bad. But the first notes have really died down. The strength, the robustness has really died down. It's still enjoyable. It's still nice and smooth. Just not that much flavor. I'm not getting that much flavor out of it anymore. It's still performing perfectly. Perfect performance. Quality of the smoke is perfect. It's thick. It's room filling. You get a lot of it. Construction is flawless. Perfect. Aesthetically beautiful. Elegant. I believe this one goes for around $8. Bigger size is $8.50. I think I paid $8 for this Robusto size. It's a very regal, elegant cigar. Very, very good quality. Premium. No doubt it's premium. And $8 for this line, $8.50 I think for the bigger ones. It's not expensive at all when you compare it to Opus X, to your Cohibas. Definitely worth it. Underpriced in my opinion. Very underpriced. I would gladly pay a few dollars more for this. Even for the Robusto size. Even maybe probably all the way up to $12. I'd say it's worth it. Very nice cigar. Very enjoyable. This I could have in the morning. I could see myself smoking this in the morning with a cup of coffee. A light breakfast. This would pair great with coffee because it has a nice subtle cocoa, which is almost gone now. But a nice coffee like a macchiato or a cappuccino with a bit of sweetness, kind of amplify, make you believe that the sweetness has stayed throughout. So that's why I would say it's a good complement. The cocoa, the coffee, very nice. This cigar itself doesn't have coffee though. Perdomo says that it has cocoa, pepper, spice. Yes, it does at the beginning. Then it dies down. The pepper you have in the second, third, the spice a bit. Pepper itself dies down. Pretty much all I'm getting now is very nice aged tobacco. Maduro. The Maduro, the qualities of the Maduro cigar are there. The body has really gone down. It's mild to medium now. Yeah, the ash, again, it's just an aesthetic, but the first ashing, the second part, flaky, it flowered, lopsided, but that means nothing. It's an aesthetic. The construction is flawless. Usually the thicker gauge cigars, they're more there's more of a disparity in the compared to thinner gauge cigars. Usually they're perfectly straight, they last longer, they're more they're how do you say it? Well, the video's over, but they are, oh no, I adjusted it. They can be over 15 minutes now. Finally found out how. For my first review I ever made was over an hour. I smoked the whole cigar, the whole video, and they didn't let me post it. So I found out that you could go and change that. So if I go over, I have to be worrying about, rushing. But anyway, usually if it's a thicker gauge cigar, and you see that the ash is, not too pleasing to the eye, you see that it's lopsided like this one, you see it's curving, it's flaky, it's flowering, it's going to happen with thicker gauge cigars. It's not a construction issue. It's just, it's thicker, so it's more affected by the flame and all that as it burns. So there, it's died down, mild to medium. Perdomo ESV 2002. Second, third, you get a quick boost of the black pepper. Sweetness is gone, and then it just dies down. It comes mild to medium. The flavors are pretty much gone. You still get the tobacco, and it just turns into a nice, smooth, mild to medium cigar. Nothing special about the second third. The first third is exquisite. It's delicious, superb. But after that, it's pretty much gone. Still a great cigar. I would definitely buy more of these. Still got lots of smoke, nice and thick. Alright guys, till next time.